Whoopsie daisy. About to start with no sound. But da 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 da. Clean feed. Are we up and running? Not yet. Come on. There we go. We're up and running for the clean feed. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I will be hosting the finals for the Asia Division Tournament here. We have three teams. We've got the losers bracket coming up first. Vienna House winning the upper bracket. So we're going to see who their opponent's going to be depending on who's going to win this lower bracket. They did defeat Crusaders before, and Crusaders is going to see a very familiar opponent. They're going to face off against Tessa. They did defeat Tessa in the quarterfinals. So we'll get to see these two teams face off again. It was a 2-0. Will Crusaders send Tessa down to third place? Well, will Crusaders cement Tessa as third place with another 2-0 defeat? Or will Tessa be able to grab victory from Crusaders and carry on towards Vienna House, challenging them for the championship? Or will Crusaders win out and have a rematch against Vienna House for the title of champions? Let us have a look and see who is going to be the ultimate winner of the season of Dynasty. The Dynasty season for Conqueror's Blade League. We should be getting the Pickman fades any second now. And as I was talking, it does appear on screen. Let us go. We got Tessa banning out Harbor City. And Crusaders banning out Hailong Fjord. Interesting, interesting. Tessa picks Wolford, and I'm guessing. Yep, Crusaders gonna also pick Crusaders. So we're gonna see both teams fight it off on a double Wolford match. Wonder whether or not they'll be able to send it to a tiebreaker. But last time we saw these teams fight it off, Crusaders did handedly defeat Tessa. Crusaders have only really been challenged by Tessa on one of the occasions, although it wasn't for very long. Crusaders did win out in the end. But gonna have to see if Crusaders are still just as strong, or whether or not Tessa has learned from their mistakes and wants to pay back, want to have their payback against Crusaders for defeating them in the first place. So, gonna have to wait for the battle to start, which should happen very shortly. some people here on the developer stream. Yo, what's up, ZZZZ? Says 2-1 for Tessa, so they think that Crusaders will be defeated in a 2-1, so it will come down to a tiebreaker. But let us see. Crusaders have normally been quite dominant. Will they lose to Tessa, or will they carry on and challenge Viet House yet again for the title of champion? Not the first time that they've been sent down to the losers bracket, but I have not seen Crusaders lose a tournament since they did come in during season 2, I believe, or no, season 3. Anyway, we're gonna have a look at the lineup. Tessa is attacking first, so double tier 5 lineup, a lot of double tier 5s. We have one out from Tessa going with the Tundra Humans, Winged Stars, and Cortaliers. Oh no, that's Iron Cap Scouts. Oh, bless me, I'm gonna have a cold today. Not as many tier 4s as I usually see out from Crusaders, going out with a different strategy. We have quite a few muskets, in fact. That's 5 muskets out from Crusaders. I didn't get to check the key units here, but for some reason we have regular halberdiers out on the field. We have one Metallitor and one Nafan Guard out for Crusaders right now. Let's see if they have any more once we get into the battle. So kicking it off, we only have 1,300 for both teams, only a difference of 4 units. So we have one reserve Metallitor, one Tertial, in fact. So two Metallitors, one Nafan Guard out for Crusaders, one Metallitor and one Nafan Guard out for Tessa, but they also have a Tertial in reserve. Both teams looking to use those Tertials. Very good musket unit, tanky enough to survive in tanky enough to survive against a musket bomb. Really want those ranged units to survive as long as they possibly can. Tessa does seem to be stonewalled here at the small fort. All siege towers and battering ram making their way across. Crusaders is taking down the bridge as we speak. They've probably set up 2 mortars to destroy it. Tessa is working on those natural spawn artillery. Not very many have gone down so far. I think the ballistas at the front. Oh, there goes down the other one. Still, that cannon and that Watcher on the left-hand side of the front wall is doing work against those serfs. Pushing the tower. Right-hand siege tower goes down. Treb being used, going high, trying to go for probably that culverin underneath the undercover area. Not sure what to call it. Middle siege tower is burning. It's on fire for sure. Bridge did go down at some point. I did miss it. This left-hand siege tower also getting dangerously close. They probably got another 10. Ooh, both the middle and left-hand siege tower almost went down simultaneously. Under the roof. Under the roof. Undercover area. Alright. The right-hand siege tower is back up again. So it's making its way down towards our right-hand side. Let's see if Crusaders send it down again. But I'm really more concerned about what Tessa is going to do in this scenario. I do believe that Crusaders will hold on to the wall for a little bit, at least until all their artilleries are gone. The wall break did go down in the meantime. Wonder what that spear at the back is doing. Probably has some culverins back there. Have not noticed, but mortars swinging around. Cameraman moving a little bit closer just focusing on this wall as the small fort is kind of, let's say, irrelevant in this scenario. We got a lot of culverins actually on that B-side wall. As you can probably see, there's 1, 2, 3 culverins up on that wall. At the very least, there's maybe up to 5, but the distance is a little bit far. Right-hand siege tower goes down yet again. Tessa will be lower on time. The middle siege tower went out early. Could afford to waste a little bit more time here. Just sending some farmers in. The tenant farmers will be cleaned up very shortly. I do not believe Tessa is going to push. I'm sorry about that. You can't see where the culverins are because my face is covering it. Yeah, but there's a couple of culverins on the B-side wall, but I do think they're out of ammo since all of the heroes have been pulled out. This left-hand siege tower is going to probably make it. Tessa did a little bit of a climb here. We got some Demez Spearmen. Big Treb coming in, hitting hard onto some... Ooh, I'm not exactly sure, but Halberdiers are there. Pike Militia are there, chasing some Greyhair Garrisons. Gonna easily push out the Demez Pikemen. Another Treb here, but a full evacuation from the top side. Looks like Crusaders are falling back. Gonna give A up as the left-hand siege tower did make it to the wall. Tessa's gonna also grab the B side as no defenders on the B side. Crusaders are doing a massive switch out. Gonna set up for the C battle. Let's see what Tessa does in response. We're gonna see probably the mortars being set up on the east side wall, the left-hand side, as we probably can see where the Jewel Blade is. That Crusader, very close to the gap there, will probably be hit pretty hard if Tessa spots it with the mortars. Only one mortar being placed down so far. Two mortars actually down. There's a second one. Not particularly sure what they're hitting, but they are trying to suppress this supply point. Crusaders will have an easy time as they just wait out. The token hold on the wall did buy them up to 3 minutes from the classical Let It All Go. 3 minutes is quite a bit of time, but now the Tessa still has roughly less than 10 minutes to take this C point. 9 minutes 45. Nothing interesting too far. Well, no. The whole purpose of mortaring the supply point is to push Crusaders away from the supply point. The most important thing here is positioning and knowing where the enemy is positioning. Because you can already note which unit these guys are bringing, but at the same time, you'd also want to know what unit you're looking for. The Ballista or the Culverins up on that tower section on the east wall is the more interesting picks. I do see a Ballista trying to snipe out one of the longbows. Crusaders is not completely phased off of the supply point. There's still around 7 or 8 guys hovering around. Units are sticking close by. You always have to believe that these siege weapons have a purpose. These are very powerful, in fact. They can dictate a battle. The only problem is it does require time to set up. If the enemy pushes in or you cannot hold your ground, you'll normally only be able to get one shot off by the time you build it. And even then, sometimes when I build my siege weapons and I get rushed, it gets destroyed instantly. So Metallitor's at the back, gonna do the same thing that Vienhaus did to them. Looks like they know that getting hit is inevitable, so they do stick it out and survive the shots. 3 mortars is not enough to make them move away from the supply point. Mortar shots coming through. Trying to hit this ballista. Ballista does go down. Some shots onto the Iron Reapers, though. Does use the heal to heal them up just a bit. Tessa is taking this slow, but that is to Crusaders' benefit. The less time they have to really engage in battle, the less likely it is for the attackers to win in attrition battle. But at the very beginning here, it looks like Tessa actually lost quite a few. We did see that there was only a 4-unit deficit from the beginning. The ballistas are hitting. In fact, we just saw 2 guys get clocked. Metallators have moved towards the stairs, but Tessa also moving towards the supply point. We're about to see a battle kick off. The Metallators moved towards the supply point, probably to resupply. Good time for Trebs to hit hard. Swinging back towards the C point here. A split push is the best outcome. A one-sided push is probably not that great, but you can catch Crusaders off. Let's see if they catch this. Madao, as a second set of Madao does rock up. A third set of Madao also rocks up. If they quickly engage, they can catch each of these Madaos one by one, but more reinforcements will come in, and Metallic Fire is already coming out. Lots of grape shots. They're also deciding to tank the fire. I don't know what the Nafan guards were doing there. One of the grape shots did go down. I'm not sure if they got a shot off. Another shot coming out. Keep swinging around. Crusaders did this before as well. You win the battle here, you win the war of attrition. Even while getting shot, you can win individual battles. Problem is that the grape shots are not being protected very well. Not good opportunity. Some winged assaults coming down the center here. Nice cleanup. It does go straight through. 100 humans coming around the backside, aiming for tertials probably as I see their shots coming through. Does take out. Tessa is looking very strong here around the C point. Really need those reinforcements in now. I'm not sure what Crusaders are doing. All I see is blue here. Whoa! Lots of Tundra humans going to meet a Madao. I don't think they're going to be able to force their way through, but they'll try their best. Fortabrachos and another set of Madao does block the way. Crusaders have more infantry following up. Oh, but the defense is very scattered, sacrificing lots of cavalry one by one. But now getting overrun as the Fortabrachos and Madaos get overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Although the Tundra Human is a worthy sacrifice, it would be useful to have them still available. I do think Tessa lost out on the exchange, only slightly. Or, no, I take that back. I think Tessa actually picked up from the beginning because they had a little bit less than Crusaders during the midsection, and the unit deficit is now only around about, what, 45 right now? It was a little bit higher. Big, not a very big pickup, but could be a snowball effect. Tessa's going to have to wait for 2 more of their guys. They got 3 minutes 30 seconds to go, though. Crusaders can all in it for the C point, as long as that supply point is engaged. Massive problem here as well. If this Grey Hair Garrison stays up trying to shoot this ballista, when it should really be focusing on teaming up with the rest of its team, but that ballista may be shooting something very valuable. The Metallators are still available, I think. Whoa, Metallators are available for Tessa. They're bringing them out. trying to catch the sight of any valuable units coming out from Crusaders. We did see Nalfan Guards not be very effective during that push towards C. Lots of Tundra humans might be very deadly for Crusaders. Again, Tundra humans can switch between both the supply point and the C point very quickly. Infantry will have a difficult time. We have some woodcutters come out first, challenging the Medals. It will be a fast fight as it gets cuts down in mere seconds. Greyhair Garrison charges in. Imperial Pike March about to come through. I don't know if there's going to be any follow-up. We've got a massive push towards here at the stairs. Nafan Guards protected by not Alphabetiers. Halberdier Sergeants. Halberdier Sergeants is always a strange pick for me. Tundra Humans swinging around for the seaside. Swinging around for this stair push. Where are they going? I don't know. Tundra Humans are swinging about. The sea point is getting captured. Here they come. Finally, some Tundra Humans down the center. Crusaders. My goodness. Does look like it's a harsh battle. Here comes a Winged Hussar coming through the center. But the Medals hold the line. They will need to keep pressuring that supply point. 11, Heroes 11. A very close battle for this C point right now. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. But Tessa is out of units. No resupply for them. So this Medal here on this C point is very, very important to take out. We got Tundra Humans still available. And 2 Nafan Guards. I would definitely want to take those out. And they do. Looks like a spear. Looks like something shot it. But I'm not sure who was shooting. Probably that longbow getting chased down by the short sword right now. Medal's the only scary thing on this point. More Tundra Humans coming through. Able to get some reinforcements, but the Medals are too strong against cavalry. Cavalry reinforcements will not work. We also have some berserkers in the mix. It's a 9v10 right now for the heroes, and definitely the units are in favor of Crusaders. Respawns are in. We just had 2 more respawns just come in for Tessa. Doesn't look like anything particularly strong coming out, so I do think this first battle is going to go for Crusaders, but it was a hard-fought one, for sure, for sure. We got some bow riders coming out. ICAP bow riders shooting down the remaining forces. Completely overwhelmed with sheer numbers right now. Tessa will probably get pushed out very shortly. As we got Pike, Militia, some leftover Medals. Greyhair Garrison, in fact, even more terrifying. But Demez, Pikemen, and Woodcutters coming in for a charge. And there we have it. Congratulations, Crusaders, winning the first defense. Let's see if you win the attack. Otherwise, if Tessa holds the defense, we will see a tiebreaker. Yeah, the bundles are time locked, so you'll only be able to work on the finals bundle. Anyway, Tessa doing quite well, in fact. Some key heroes doing very well on the hero kills. Wow, Peter from Tessa going really hard at it. 1,265 unit leadership there. Crusaders also very stable here. Lots of high kill counts. We got the 5 coming out from the second ranked Spear. Feetman going in with the 5 kills. Again, Feetman, although you are lower on the bracket, I think your performance is still quite decent. Taking out those heroes is very key in the tournament. Much more important than just simply killing units or tanking damage. Alrighty, we should get the second match starting anytime soon, but I'm going to send you guys for a quick ad break. I'll catch you guys in a minute. All right. So they're just re-quoting who might win. But Crusaders winning their first battle does give them a good advantage again. Especially since it was the defense. I have known Crusaders to be quite good at attacking. Only really struggling against Tessa and Vienna House. So it's going to be quite interesting if Tessa can actually hold Crusaders back. They were very close the last time. They were being a little bit impatient though. So I think that Tessa might be able to actually push Crusaders to the limit and actually send them to a tiebreaker round. So let's see. When is the next battle going to start? I'd love to see Tessa kick it up a notch and definitely make Crusader sweat. There's been very little competition for Crusaders so far, and it's great to see that there are teams able to contend with them. It's going to be a long stream today. But I do hope the next battle starts soon. It's going to be a best of 7 when it comes to the finals. And, well, technically it's only going to be a best of 6. And I say only a best of 6 because it's theoretically impossible to actually go to a tiebreaker round. Mainly due to the fact that, in this scenario, Vienna House will have 1 point because they're from the winner's bracket. And no matter who they're facing, even if they give up 2 rounds, if they give up 2 rounds, the 6th round, if their opponent wins all of sorry, wait, no, that makes no sense. It's a best of 7 technically, but it's also the first of 4. So the winner is determined by the first person who gets 4 wins. So Vienna House could minimize it to just 3 wins. They all met, and like if they win both of the Linwu fortresses and then win their first pick ban one, they will be crowned the champions. If we go the other way, there'll be 4 matches, and in the second pick ban phase, in the first set of pick ban, if their opponent wins up to there, that's 4 wins. But only so if the first 3 goes to the opponent and then the next 2 goes to Vienna House, it literally makes the last of the second set of pick bans the tiebreaker, which is, in my eyes, this is kind of silly because giving an extra point to the winners bracket is mostly because they've already defeated or have like basically shown that they're superior to everyone else in the losers bracket. But I think it's kind of dumb mathematically to have the finals give the winning bracket an extra point because you'll never get the tiebreaker. So it's technically a best of 6 because you'll never be able to get the tiebreaker no matter what situation you go for, because Vienna House will start with an extra point. And I do think that's kind of dumb. I think both of the teams should just fight it out as starting from 0. But I can see why the additional point was given. It also speeds up if it's a complete wipeout. I mean, Crusaders last time won 3 matches in a row and ended the stream an hour early, since you didn't have to see the other 4 battles. Actually, see the other 3 battles. So that was helpful. But there was one South America. There was one South America one where it went on forever because both of the teams were quite even, and in the very last defense, I think the reigning champions, the top champion, the guys from the winners bracket won in the end. So I think they want to avoid some kind of long ass stream because a best of seven, like each of the matches are at least 20 minutes, including load time and preparation time. I mean, the preparation time could send these things even longer. I mean, we've been wait we waited 10 minutes for the first battle to start, and we're now waited 5 minutes for the second battle to start, and will probably be an additional couple of minutes now. So each of these battles could probably be given half an hour, and if it's half an hour, 7 battles maximum. If that was, well, it'll be 6 battles maximum, technically. And each one given half an hour? My goodness, that's a 3-hour stream right there. Oh, those are extra rewards. Alrighty, second match between Tessa and Crusaders. About to kick it off. This time, Crusaders will be attacking Tessa. So, Tessa's going to have to hold the defense in order to send it into a tiebreaker. Otherwise, Crusaders could win it here and then go on to challenge VN House. But we're going to have to see who's going to be the winner because this battle is about to kick off. Let's have a look, see what units they're bringing. Going with their tried and true, heavy on the triple tier 4 lineups. We got 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, actually, Feetman going in with the Imperial Pikes, Berserkers, Odin's Berserkers, along with the Prefecture Pikemen. Very, very odd lineup, if I do say so. But we also got 1, 2, 3. Only 3 double tier 5s. A couple of tier 5, tier 4, and then a tier 2. A little bit less on the tier 5 heavy there. Whoopsie daisy. but you gotta show me what you got. I'd want to see what your plan is. We have most of the muskets from Crusaders switching out to spears. We got one. I think we have about 6 spears coming out from Crusaders here. I did not check the Metallators and Nafan Guards. I will check them now, though, as we get to see the lineup yet again. 2 Metallators, 1 Nafan Guard. No Tertials out for Crusaders. We got 2 Metallators. No Nafan Guards out for Tessa, but they do have the Bracian Wild Flames coming out. Let's see how effective these guys are compared to the Nafan Guards, because Nafan Guards have classically been able to both CC the enemy and murder them. They do massive amount of burn damage and terrifying to see on the field, especially when they start shooting towards you with their rapid fire flame curtain. But anyway, we have Crusader assaulting this small fort. Doesn't look like they're able to get their ladders up. All siege weapons are making their way downtown and going to reach the wall if Tessa does not stop them. But it does look like they're working on those siege towers. Probably going to let the battering rams let them go. Very nice to see some counter artillery fire taking out one of those cannons there. Although no one's manning it from Crusaders' side, the siege tower is being shot at by the Watchers. So these 3 cannons here are very useful in this scenario to work on this left-hand siege tower. The bridge should be getting low. We do have Crusaders already make it through to the supply point. Right-hand siege tower getting dangerously close. The bridge probably at critical. Probably going to send it down any second now. Yeah, that's the 25 mark. Why are you sending your guys forward? Just pull them back. You're going to lose quite a bit of it if it goes down. Or was that not the 25% mark? Oh, strange. Very strange here. Crusaders let the A and the B point go very easily. They'll have to evacuate from B shortly. I mean, Tessa will have to evacuate from B shortly. Crusaders up on the A point. The wall is not completely down, which is also very strange. But it is on the red zone, so less than 50%, but not less than 25%, I think. Or did it just turn red now? Big Treb landing right in amongst those units. But I don't see any dead bodies. Oh, very strange. Crusaders making their way down that left-hand siege tower. Oh, there goes the wall. Wall went down. So, we have a couple of Tessa sitting here on this B-side stairs. Probably looking to do a token hold. Very good position for this cannon. I mean, for this culverin. Going to shoot out all of those mortars that are going to be put up by Crusaders. Whoa! Instantly shot by a mortar. Crusaders does seem to have some overwatch on the stairs there. Not sure what we're seeing here. Whoa! Spear doing the awesome jump right across. Again, that technique really requires precision. You got to jump at the same time you use your full tilt charge, as it is very difficult to jump while using full tilt charge, I believe. Or maybe I'm lying. Maybe you can jump during full tilt charge. It just requires timing as you full tilt charge right across. Grey hair garrisons might be coming up to contest. We have some palace guards being shot to pieces here, taking heavy hits. Hmm. Crusaders, no action so far. Ticking down towards 7 minutes 30. B point is not open, so it's very strange what Crusaders plans to do. Another Ballista are going to overwatch the supply point. Probably trying to aim the important Metallators. Do we see some movement out from Crusaders? They are. Well, two of them are starting to head down. Another Ballista gets shot. Mortar fire is not coming in as hard as I was expecting. But as the time does tick down, Crusader really needs to start moving their asses. They gotta get advantage somewhere. How so? How so? Regis? 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 Regis started. Metallators are shooting towards the center here. Crusaders is huddling up. Again, no action out from Crusaders. Very last minute now. I think it's also because they actually think that they're not going to win out against Tessa in a direct confrontation. So, I don't know. A split push is your best option in this scenario. I still don't understand why everyone goes for a singular push. You're all here at the C point. Massive sally out from the C point. Now you're switching over. You're going to send them through a loop. Are you just going to go back now since they've not moved back towards the supply point? Again, split up your forces. Why do you keep making this ginormous train? CIC? What do you mean by CIC? Are you going to try to block the stairs? Interesting pick. But a good position. Bracian Wild Flames and Nafangan both shooting the... Whoa, Nafangan's defending that stairs here. Imperial Pikemen walking down. This C point can be grabbed. If they're holed up in the supply point, it could be an immediate rush for... Oh, here comes some Tundra Humans. The Imperial Pikemen march up, and Tundra Humans coming up from the rear, so it's a nice trap. If the C point gets grabbed, does Crusaders see this? Crusaders move on to the base point. Oh my god, nice stop. What are you doing? To the base point. You do not need to attack. Feetman sees it. Feetman sees it. Yes, go, go, go. My goodness, the base point is already getting capped. Tessa is holed up in the supply point. So, make your way downtown. You just need to slow down the enemy forces. Here on the backhand side, we got some Adals coming out. Whoa! Feetman trying to defeat the short sword. The short sword definitely outnumbered. Tessa is going to be quickly shoved out. Going to have a contest here with the Imperial Pikemen and Fortebrascia moving up. Another short sword makes it past the attacker's defensive line. I say that again, the attacker's defensive line here. The short sword makes it on point, but it does look like the heroes... Whoa! Crusaders is extremely scattered in this scenario, but they do spawn inside the C point right now. They'll need to grab the supply point, so I would... Sorry, without the... Whoa, that's a lot of cap onto the base point. And all of the defenders have moved towards the back to the base point, and this is the time to do a massive catch. Take back that supply point. If Tessa moves out again towards the supply to defend that supply point, they could lose the base point from a sneaky cap. Very unfortunate there that Crusaders could not create a defensive line to keep the heroes out. I was so sure that Crusaders could have rushed all of their guys to the base point and shut out Tessa for a swift win, but that doesn't look like it's happening today. Still, 8 trebs left. The base point should be slightly easier to cap. B point's getting capped as well, so that's an extra 3 minutes. It will take a while to cap, though. They have changed the capping rules. It's no longer 20 seconds, just flat out. Probably going to relax just a little bit as Crusaders set up for their next assault. Tessa has got a lot on their hands here. This hold will be their last, I think. Looking at a lot of low tier units coming out, so quite a few probably lost their tier 5s. I think Tessa had a much more tier 5 heavy lineup, so meaning that with multiple people with double tier 5s. Although there was only one engagement, the engagement went on so long that the people at the supply point actually switched out for more units. Definitely want to gain an advantage using those ballistas to poke out the enemy. Very, very good idea. My clean feed needs to stop choking. Alright. As long as my clean feed doesn't continuously choke, that would be great. And now my stream chokes. We have mortars, metallators out on the field here, shooting towards the base point. Just a village watchman on the point that is viewable from Crusaders' side. Tessa is looking pretty weak though, but they are hiding behind the stairs, hiding behind that statue. Moving up now, Crusader thinks they can take it. And honestly, I do think they can. Looking at the quality of the units coming out, we got 2 Medaus, 1 Imperial Pikeman, 1 Palace Guards, and 1 Fortebraccio. Whoa, what is that spear doing? A bit too aggressive here. But a Fortebraccio comes out for Tessa. Looks like it's going to be another range corner here. But no terrestrials out from either side. So it's just going to be relying on this Metallitor. Winged Hussars comes right through! Oh my goodness! Nothing reacting very slow there. Crusaders almost just lost it. Those Fortebraccio is not going to stop Iron Reapers as Iron Reapers cleave their way through. Holy cow. Tessa might be low on unit quality, but they are definitely not out. Those Iron Reapers are absolutely making a mess of the back line here. They will chop their way through towards the Madao, or they'll get stuck on the Winged Hussars here. Actually, I see some Berserkers here to challenge them. Oh my goodness, the Berserkers will still be strong, but yep, there goes the Rage, and a huge CC comes through. Nice Tundra Human up through the center, up through the guts towards the base point, but no units left standing right now. We have some Halberdier Sergeants, sorry. Wow, what are my words? Where are my words? Halberdier Sergeants holding the line alongside some Grey Hair Garrison. The best brace units on the field. Just got to finish off the Madao. Wow, the defenders are down to 7 heroes right now. Just a Madao holding back. Respawns should be in very shortly, but we have some resupplies coming out. Again, the Madaos just need to be defeated, and you can easily start capping the point, and it is very low. Tundra Humans coming in from the side. Nicely done. We'll buy a little bit more time. Imperial Pike March coming in from the... Whoa, but the Halberdiers come in straight in front of the... But Tundra Humans now come up through the center again. Whoa, what am I saying? Up for Crusaders here. Winged Hussars traveling through. Nothing left here on the point. Respawn. A quadruple respawn came in for the defenders. No one on point though. Cap is 2 seconds off. This short sword will do his best. Instantly getting choked by the poleaxe. But the spear makes it to the point. But 3 minutes 40 seconds to go. I don't believe that you can hold this. Grey Hair Garrisons trying to just shove their way onto the point. They take a massive charge in the back, but they're surprisingly still surviving. Some farmers. That short sword, basically the only thing on the point right now. Will he go down is the question. It's a slow grind as Tessa does their best to make Crusader sweat, but it's no problem for Crusaders to defeat these heroes one by one since they have so much time left. This is what I like to see. Desperate to take that point. Or avoiding it, Crusaders. You disgust me. Although Tessa was doing a very good job at buying for time, I don't like the fact that Crusaders is now spawn camping them. My goodness, you're just as bad as Vienne House. I don't care who wins now. Both of you just terrible sportsmen. Just finish the battle. I will congratulate Tessa though from actually holding that point for well over 3 minutes at 0 units. I'm disappointed at Crusaders for not just simply winning the battle. Disgusting gameplay, if I say. I don't know, man. I don't know. But looking at the scores here, almost every single one from Tessa was permadeath. I think only 4 survivors. Ooh. Looking again, the unit leadership and the unit count was actually quite low out for Tessa. I think the second half did take its massive toll on them. But that does mean Crusader wins 2-0 from Tessa, so they will be sent for a rematch against Vienne House. This cements Tessa as the third strongest house, or third strongest team in the Conqueror's Blade League Asia Division. I love to say that I have enjoyed watching every single one of your battles. Well, except for I have enjoyed a lot of your battles. Not all of them, sorry. That was quite a overstatement. But I will respect your journey here. It must have been tough. But I will definitely catch the finals with Crusaders versus Vienne House, rematching for the win. Rematching for the ultimate crown of champion for the Dynasty season. We will also have a short break because it looks like the Conquerors, the devs are also looking for a break. So we'll probably catch you in a couple of minutes. Until then, I'm going to grab some water because this is drying out my mouth. Alright, coming back in. That clean feed should update any second now. Oh, re-answering the question that Regis pointed out. Still, somehow find it weird why all in supply, nobody defending the point. Although supply is important, but they legit be like 15 man on there. This is back in the Crusader versus Tessa's match where Tessa was the defender. Yes, it was kind of overcommitting for the supply point, but there is a good reason for that. Crusaders posed to attack the C point and then switched to moving towards the supply point. Tessa also saw this, so from supply, they tried to move towards the C point, but when they saw Crusaders move back around the Palisades, they moved back into the supply point. But the problem is that no one from Tessa spotted that Crusaders didn't go towards the supply point from the south side. They came up towards the supply point from the west side. Hi, Dad. Thanks, Dad. And in doing so, they came up right in between. So they came up the. I don't know what to call that road. I don't know what to call that road, but it's the in-between road between the C point and the supply point. This is very important because Tessa actually lost track of them. And when Crusaders actually made it to that stairs, it now become completely blocked off. Crusaders filtered in towards the C point because they knew the defenders weren't there. And then pushed towards the and they were holding that right hand side against the supply point as people were trying to come through. They then set up around the C point. The C point was easy to grab because there was maybe 4 people with cavalry, in fact, running around. I think there was also maybe 1 infantry. Tessa just was played. They got baited, basically. They couldn't beat through Crusader all the way. They needed to sacrifice a couple people to delay time for C point, but the ultimate infantry push never came because their pikes were locked up because they were coming downstairs. Their infantry, so pike units are very terrible downstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Either way, pikes become really less effective. They had a Madao at the bottom of the stairs. Crusaders also had Nafan guards overwatching those stairs. It would be a pain and a nightmare trying to go down those stairs. And that's what happened. Crusaders strangleholded that stairs. That means every single person on the supply couldn't get through. A couple of guys went around and came from the front. But the only problem is that only one at a time was coming. Crusaders already had like 5 different units on that point. On that C point. The C point was gone. Eventually, however, all of the units inside the supply point, the heroes were dying out one by one, and a couple of them being suppressed in that supply point needed to get to the base point now because the C point was getting capped. So a bunch of them just booked it all the way down to the base point, and a token force was remaining there at the supply point. But you got the major. So what happened in the next section here is that the guys from C, so you had around about 6, maybe 7 guys from C, from Crusaders, went up towards the base point. You had Feetman make it there first, killing off a Jewel Blade, and 2 other guys make it there as well. And a force from the supply make it towards the base point, and then a couple respawning guys coming in. And they just clashed at the base point. It was a pretty big battle, and the leftover Crusaders were just battling with leftover Tessa. And as Crusaders respawned in, because again, they spawn at the C point now, they just went for the supply point. And Tessa just had to pull all the way back. This is an important point, because it shows you that the supply point can be overcommitted. If you lose this, it's also very important to note that you lose the C point, you lose the supply point doesn't matter. There's no physical way to stranglehold a push from the C point onto your base point because honestly, no one really sets up for that. And there's like several avenues to go around you as well. But that I've seen one time a push through that palisade section next to the sea wall fail because it was just a extremely tight hold. I honestly think that Tessa played the defense okay because you lose the supply point, you lose C anyway. Tessa's only problem is that they couldn't secure that intersection towards the C point. What people forget, or what people have done in the past, is have a Madao stationed there. They don't. So, this is an important thing that seems to be lost as we move on, and like people get used to certain things, is that a Madao or an infantry unit would normally secure the intersection, the road between the supply point and the C point, because that section is extraordinarily important to keep the units from the supply getting towards the C point. It doesn't matter if you're on the inside, because if you're on the inside and not in the intersection, they can go around you. It's very easy to go around you if because the stairs and the actual fence that leads towards that section, the fence section is basically undefendable unless you have 3 odd units. But the stairs can be defended with just a single unit, which makes it 100 times easier to slow down the supply point if you control the intersection between the C and the supply point. And that's what Crusaders did. They controlled it. They had a Madao facing north. They had a Madao facing east. They sent everyone west towards the sea point. They didn't need to watch out from the west. They didn't need to watch out for the western front because they had 7 guys there. They just needed to hold back the supply point, and that's what they did. Because you didn't see a ginormous wave of Tessa come down from that west side. Otherwise, if they were coming, it was already too late. The C point was capped. They had 7 odd guys on that C point. 1 or 2 heroes tried to sacrifice their lives to stop it. But that C point was gone. That C point was 100% gone. I would have booked it towards the base point or fought much harder to break the intersection and catch the guys at C. Because it's very important to sometimes know when to let things go, but when to also catch the enemy. Tessa should have set up the 4 guys that were surrounding C should have moved towards in front of the base point to catch anyone going up north, heading towards the base point. The Tessa on the supply point could have pushed through eventually, but the thing was time. They had no time. They've already sacrificed the 4 guys they had around the C point to slow down the C point cap. And the sacrifice there was not worth it because you slowed down the C point, but you've ultimately lost the strategic battle. You had no one defending the base point. As you saw, Feetman went straight towards the base point, and it was obviously the best move they could have made. I'm going to be right back. I'm probably going to grab some more water and eat some special eggs. But you also have to give Tessa the benefit of the doubt that it was a surprise that Crusaders ultimately went for the C point. They thought they were going to have a fight towards the supply point, but it didn't come. So they were slightly late on the reaction. I mean, even I was a little late on the reaction there because I did not expect Crusaders to ultimately pull a 180 there, going back towards the C point, but up through that path. A path very few take. Looks like we got the first pick man. Very strange since we're supposed to just get Linwy Fortress twice. But the pickman phase is coming out between Crusaders versus Vienne House. We have Heilong Fjord being banned. What does... I'm guessing a Wolfort ban? Maybe Crusader... Or maybe Vienne House is confident to take out Crusaders on Wolfort. A Harbour City ban. I'm guessing a double Wolfort coming out then. Wolfort out for Crusaders. Very, very common. I mean, not unexpected. I was about to say very, very predictable. But then again, it is quite a fair map, I guess. Vienne House also ultimately choosing Wolfort in the end. So these teams should get a double battle on Linwy Fortress. Then we get to the pick man stage. So I don't know why we're seeing the pick man stage first. Vienne House have defeated Crusaders before, so it shouldn't be a surprise if they defeat Crusaders again. They do have 1 point up. The only problem is that they're going to have to defeat the Crusaders on Linwy Fortress twice. Well, we're still going to have to fight Linwy Fortress twice, at least, and then a double pick ban phase. I think I'm going to have to say Vienne House I think I'm going to have to say Vienne House is probably more likely to win the championship than Crusaders. But as I expected, Linwu Fortress coming out first. We don't know who was attacking and we don't know who's defending just yet, so gonna have to wait for the unit selection phase. These are short matches, can go from 10 to 14 minutes, in fact. A 10v10 map, so it's going to be very difficult to predict. I haven't seen rushes come out, I haven't seen like stomps come out, so this map is very unstable in terms of unit tactics because it's quite fairly new. Crusaders attacking first. Let's go check out their units. We got 1 Nafan guards. 2 Nafan guards out for Vienne House. They learned their lesson the last time, and looks like a oh wait, no, they had Nathan Guards before. What am I talking about? And a Bracing Wild Flame. One Royal Janissary coming out from Crusaders. Very interesting pick. No feet, man, for this lineup. Tier 5 heavy on the VN House. We got some Tier 4s coming out from Crusaders. Those Tier 4s really need to pull their weight here. I bet a lot of people hate the new maps. It's always been like that. You never really liked the new map. You just learned about it. You hate the new map because it's a bit different from the norm. I still hate Heilong Fjord. I love Constantinopolis though. You know, I shouldn't start eating the second egg here. I'm going to miss out on some things. Sorry about that, folks. But not surprising to see a infantry-heavy lineup. Again, cavalry is very ineffective inside the city here. Inside the fortress, sorry, not city. Trebbing that section. Very odd. I mean, 2 bombs should destroy it very easily. 2 bombs towards the wall break also should take it out very easily. Where you going, though? Crusaders might be looking for a flank towards the supply point. The wall supply point is basically your golden goose. You lose that, you lose the A. And I say holding the A point much more simpler than holding the base point. This trap could be huge, but they did walk away. 1 hit, 2 hit. 1 went high, 1 went low. Ooh, 1 went high. 1 hit directly on target. Doesn't look good. Whoa, Grey Hair Garrison's getting in on the action. Madow's getting flanked from all sides. This supply point getting taken super easy. But a fight at the base point at the A point seems to be the main distracting force, as the majority of Crusaders are here at the supply point. So, a good distraction, I would say. Just depends whether or not that short sword can escape. This is awesome. Whoa, what are those Bracing Wild Flames doing? Bracing Wild Flames costing their lives there. Crusaders also moving up. The forces here from VN House probably taking a massive beating. VN House should more or less just evacuate the A point. I would take that first engagement as a win and fall back, because losing this wall section here means that the attackers have all the advantage. All of the advantage here. Ballistas coming out, taking out those key units. Also, a Culverin coming out for VN House. The A point is starting to get captured, but VN House wants to contest. Not the smartest idea. The Imperial Pike March coming through, I think. But here comes so many Iron Reapers. These Iron Reapers will cleave right through. Whoa. Those Nathan Guards also gets taken down. Only 1 left. Last one gets hit by a mortar, but your entire line of infantry getting smacked down by those Iron Reapers. Here comes another set of Iron Reapers, relieving the first set of Iron Reapers. Royal Janissaries come up at the very end here, doing their swipe. Do a chop next? Yes, they chop, but big abilities come out, so they do get pushed back. 1 Nathan Guard, so that's very upsetting. Nathan Guard takes another hit, but he doesn't die. Very surprising. The slog is going in favor of VN House. Very surprising here. VN House will now move on towards the supply point, in my opinion. Move towards the supply point, cut off the reinforcement for Crusaders. VN House is really uncontested on this point, as so many Iron Reapers here as cutting the Medals in half. Again, the Iron Pagoda is coming up the rear, though. I think eventually they will come down to win it. It's just the problem is that at what cost? You've lost so many of your units to these Iron Reapers and Medals. The second set of Nafan Guards also rock up. Here comes another Treb. 5 minutes to go. Actually, a lot of time. The battle hasn't technically stopped at all. Crusaders' main mistake here is not pushing with force and purpose. Have really let these Iron Reapers go into their elements, taking on one fight after another. Looks like Crusaders try to cut off reinforcements, but we got also a Tundra Human battle on the ground. Finally, a good push coming up from Crusaders. Really, really need that mass force to come through. But we still have Medals and Iron Reapers on the field for Vienne House. Those Nafan Guards also need to be taken off the field here. Burning down your front line there on the left. But Nafan Guards out for Crusaders now. Both sides have Nafan Guards, so realistically, who's going to win depends on which Nafan Guards survive. There's only 2 Nafan Guards out for Vienne House. They haven't spotted them. I mean, Crusader hasn't spotted them. There's only 1 left now. Can you shoot the last one? The last one went down. Medals are superior for Crusaders. Crusaders just need to let the Fortebraccios go. Let the Fortebraccios push them out. The heroes from Vienne House are sacrificing their lives to stop this point cap. Not a good move, but it looks like Vienne House is also low on units, so this is concerning. Vienne House has probably got nothing left in reserve, but I'm not sure about that. We did see a lot of Iron Reapers, but I'm not sure if all of them died. You know, this might be actually quite annoying that I'm eating. But Crusaders does make it to the supply point on the right-hand side. There is one hero from Vienne House outside. I'll be very concerned to see who has permadeath, because Vienne House has sacrificed a lot of lives on that A point. And considering the units, I think I know why. Look at the units. We've got Pike Militia, Village Watchmen, Tenant Farmers, more Pike Militia. These are tier 2 and below units. That means these are literally cannon fodder. We have still good units coming out for Crusaders. Mainly the Fortebraccios, Medals, the Palace Guards. And looks to be some Halberdiers. Maybe Halberdier Sergeants? Halberdier Sergeants will be deadly. One of the few units that have Stun Embrace. But actually, Pike Militia also has Stun Embrace. Crusader might go for a 2-pronged assault here. We have a couple of guys here in this tower section. I'm not exactly sure what Terry has, but it might be just Tenant Farmers. Can't actually see the whole unit. I'm just seeing their feet, and I'm guessing it's Tenant Farmers. Again, nothing strong. It's all going to come down to the hero battle. Vienne House has gone majority, if not every... Oh, man. So many short swords. Bracian Wild Flames are still available, which is the interesting thing. Tundra Humans just smack right through the Fortebraccios. Very, very bad. They cannot get here up on the point. So what's the point of having Porter Brascio secure your supply line here? Is that... No, that's Crusaders Nafan Guards. I thought that was VN House's Nafan Guards for a second. Crusaders have taken control of that room. I'm going to call it that room. The unit is looking a bit scary. The hero battle is quite even, in fact, picking up another kill for VN House. But another kill goes for Crusaders. Crusaders has now got the advantage in 2, 3 now, 4. 4 hero advantage against VN House right now. Yep, a couple of them are permadeath. Max T, ELP, and B Gaming, all 3 are permadeath. I think Dusat also permadeath. So Crusaders will win here for sure for the first Linwu Fortress matchup here. Congratulations for Crusaders winning the first battle. So it's 1-1 now. Do remember that that VN House does start off with an additional point for being the winner of the upper bracket. As you can see here, the kills are quite low-ish for the attackers, but realistically, this is the kind of kills you will see matching up to basically being a complete wipe. As you see, a lot of permadeath coming out for VN House here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 permadeath coming out. Crusaders do win it, doing very well. I mean, the performance on either side was quite back and forth, especially when we're talking about the defense at A point. The Iron Reapers really carried the day for VN House. The only problem was the 3rd Tertiary Assault really wrecking the rest of the Tier 5 and really knocked out quite a lot of strength from VN House. But now the time has come. We're going to see a swap over and have VN House attack and Crusader defend. I'll see you guys in a minute, though, as I finish this egg. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, it is a question of why they're blue. I think it's because they log in every day and claim the rewards. But the weirdest thing is that, like... Oh, no, maybe they... Okay, so actually, they may have claimed all of the missions inside. Because the missions inside still gives EXP, and since it's a premium account, you have all of the units already, so you can claim a lot of the missions all at once. So maybe it's because they claimed all the missions, which normally gets you to 41, but it doesn't actually send you to blue, so I wonder what sends you to blue. Are you enjoying the tournament, my man, John Rima? Mezume, your nonsense makes no sense. I wonder if you level up enough, you can get, let's say, roll for doctrines. Oh, man, yeah. VN House has been doing very well, way more better than previous seasons, but at the same time, I think the mainstay forces, the Crusaders, Hot, and Wildfire, all doing very subpar this season, but it could be a massive change up since Cavalry has been kind of neutered, and classically, the people who were champions at Cavalry have been performing very well in the tournament. So that has been important change. Medaos have changed the landscape quite a lot when it comes to the meta balance. And we have swung kind of back and forth between Medal or all Medal lineups and then back to a tier 4 lineup. It's very interesting to see. Also, I've never seen this many Iron Reapers before. Iron Reaper buff is definitely what they needed. Although I do say, I'm very unfortunate that with the Iron Reaper buff we got was essentially a buff that made Iron Reapers unCCable and fixed their attacks, which became not part of their standard AI, which is really weird. Yeah, yeah. I know that Crusaders was basically falling apart. Former Holtz completely disappeared. Crusader either absorbed them or former Holtz, the original former Holt team has left the game. Wildfire's still around, but it's been absorbed by or is absorbing Zigzeon in the current state. Hot, I'm not exactly who they translate into. We have seen Mugun Kingdom come back. Bretonia has seemed to have fallen in this season. I mean, in quality. I mean. Yeah, Flail was always the go-to, mainly because they hit multiple targets, they also do blunt damage, they ignore shields, that kind of deal. Swords, previously, I am almost 100% sure that swords used to only hit one target. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with the clean feed? And they dazed on hit while having massive amounts of block break. You're kidding, come on. Alright, I'm just gonna switch to the dev stream here, because if my clean feed keeps croaking like this, I'm just going to freak. Anyway, we have quite the stubborn double tier 5 lineup coming out from VN House. Several people going for the double lineup as well from Crusaders. Two Nafan guards for both sides, in fact. Does look like they like it. Nafan guards are definitely a unit to fear, especially in small engagements. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I wish Iron Reapers had more interactive gameplay than just brings out the mace for a certain situation, brings out the sword for certain situations. I wish they just wielded both of the weapons. I actually just saw this idea from someone else. I just wish they wielded the flail and the sword simultaneously and pretend that they're like the Witch King from Lord of the Rings. Vienna House going very heavy here on this right-hand side. Otherwise, the eastern gate, Medals and Flamers are on the scene, burning down whoever comes through. Right now, Fortebraccio is creating distance, going perpendicular towards this gate. Vienna House will get stalled out here, probably losing quite a bit as Crusaders also push in a complete shutout by the looks of it, trying to do their best catching as many of the units as possible. I think the losses are quite minimal though. Could be actually higher than I expected. Vienna House does a massive climb though. Will this be a pinch? I think it might. No hero is on the front gate though. Oh, they gotta be fast. Gonna get hit. One hit, two hit. Although it was very light. They're crushing this north side. Now Vienna House very smartly pulls around and swings about towards the south side. The contest of will here, but a big trip. Whoa! What? All miss. Massive miss. That trip could have been huge. Fortebraccio also moving up. Fortebraccio not very good on stairs, especially these ones. A treb at the very end. A lot. Oh, these two trebs might come in early. Gets blocked. Whoa! Two of them land directly on a bunch of medals. Massive pickup for Vienna House right there. That was nice. That treb coming out huge, I think. Although Vienna House is being very aggressive, chasing down this short sword. Does die. Trebbing him as well. Not letting them escape. Vienna House still concentrating on this eastern section. Very strange indeed. Focusing on this east. Man, sometimes these trebs are just like, I'm just going to miss. I'm just going to miss. And then sometimes I'm going to hit this particular unit, even if it moves out of the reticule. First major engagement ended up in a loss. Second major engagement, climb on the wall, also ended up in a loss. Although those were actually half engagements, so realistically, Vienna House should still have enough in the bank to amount one more decent push. And realistically, Crusaders should still have a bit in reserve, even if they get destroyed here, because tier 4s can bring 3 of them along. But whether or not it's worth it right now is a question. Swinging about towards the south side entrance. Vienna House is pushing, well, trying to smack down this door. Let's see if someone mounts this flaming pot. These flame pots will be devastating if they take a huge hit as they walk through. Man, I am waiting for someone to die as they creep up. No muskets, so they're probably going to have to waste a treb on those things. They opened the door before they could destroy it. Very interesting to see that instead of letting them destroy it, Crusaders decide to just open the door. Gonna have to keep an eye out though. They're coming up through the wall break for now. The wall break section here has 3 ways up. All 3 of them are stairs. All of them are very sharp angles and could definitely spell death when you come up. A nice swing around, but can they burst through the defending side here, or will they get crushed by the sheer numbers? They try, but they gotta swing around yet again. Here comes a treb, but the 2 from the side, one hit, nah. One was high, one was low. One gets blocked by the crenellations, and the other one misses. trying to make use of those trebs. VN House absolutely probably hates Linwu Fortress right now. 4 minutes 30 to go. The muskets on the walls can do a lot of damage as they slow down the approach of VN House. I mean, I would definitely keep those caltrops there in reserve. Whoa! Crusaders did push out with one of their units. He gets caught. Down goes one of the units. This could be the sign of a tidal wave, a chain reaction for the defenders to fall one by one. But here comes a massive response as they come here to the eastern stairs. Nafan Guards a little bit short, almost getting their flames right up and over. Nah, seems to be unsuccessful. Whoa! Fortibrachos came down. What are you doing? What are you doing? You'll lose any of those Fortibrachos? I think you did. The biggest mistake here is Crusaders being aggressive. Wait for the enemy. There is no reason to sacrifice your units. They're in a bad position anyway because time is ticking. And fighting them face on with Nafan Guard support is the way to go. Here comes another Treb. Nafan Guards shooting from the sides, doing very good work. They will not be able to get up here. That Treb went low. Well, actually, no, both those Treb went high. Again, these Trebs are being awfully terrible for VN House here. Backhand section, again, getting smashed to pieces. Why would you put yourself in a situation where it's just going to be awful for you? But looks like the Medaus moved up, trying to create space, but sandwiched by on two fronts here. Nafan Guards and Medaus also rock up, but Medaus will also be suppressed by sheer numbers here. Coming down there on the right-hand side, looks like VN House has lost the units. Now we'll need to grab some new units in a minute. Again, unable to get inside. Crusaders will hold the Linwu Fortress very easily, in fact. Crusaders are doing very well, but I think they might be a bit too aggressive in some scenarios. These Medaus trying to run away, but they're going to beat up these palace guards as they walk back. Medaus still around, though. I think they've taken quite a beating. Surprised that they're still around. I mean, I would have pulled those Medaus to heal already. But you got 2 minutes to go. We got some surf units coming out for VN House. This is basically a last hurrah. Oh, these Medaus are actually protected by the crenellation just around the corner. My goodness. Although the Fortibrachos do come in to smack these guys. Which direction you going now? They're going on the direction where the Medaus are weak. We got some Royal Janissaries coming up. Oh, I love to see these guys in action. Although they're not very great when the brawl is this tight. I would not push down. I would stay on point. This is again, aggressiveness is not what you're looking for. You're looking to catch the enemy in bad position. You're in a bad position because the enemy is being pressed down and it's compressing their strength. You want to spread them out. You want these Nafan Guards engaged. You have them still. These Medaus are in a bad position. They're getting shot by Nafan Guards and they're put in a corner. Very good now. You can press harder into these guys. And instead of they do get compressed, but you're not at risk of having people come up behind them either. VN House is down to just 6 people. The unit deficit has closed up, so this is just down to the surf. So I do believe that Crusaders have it in the bag. Definitely in the bag. 13 seconds left to go. There's no way VN House can claim victory on Linwu Fortress here. Oh, thanks for the sub, John Reamer. I did not see that as I was watching the battle happen off. And also, thanks for everyone that was following me. Quite a few people following me here. Whoa. Feels like someone just botted me with the follows, strangely enough. Yes, I would agree. Van House is very weak on Linwu Fortress. After that display, Crusaders, I would be like, let my attack be on Linwu Fortress because these guys are really bad at it. I mean, Van House is like worse than usual. Or maybe that's just because how good the teams are. Am I gonna? You know what? Forget it. The clean feed's gone. Like actually gone. I'm just gonna move this to the center of my screen. I'm gonna be like, this is how I'm gonna view the game now through the Conqueror's Blade. Oh fuck, dang man, wrong one. Ugh, there's two of them, and can't differentiate which one it is looking at. Or it's just all right. So it's just looking at this one in entirety. Fine. Good job. Don't forget to watch the finals actually on the dev stream. You get there's these there's these drops that only the devs get. So definitely claim those because they have a unit attire inside them. I will basically have four of them because I think I'll have four of them. Depends if they have another tournament. You already claimed it. Nice. Yeah. So we still have the SA finals. So we have the South America finals tomorrow night. I mean tomorrow morning, and then there's supposed to be another stream happening at night. I'm not sure what it's for though. Yeah. Although this is the finals. Not sure what's happening. What's happening tomorrow night? So that's still a wonder for me. Really? That's it. Hmm. Yep, that's it. Sadness. I'll be right back, folks. It's going to be a long ass stream. We still have up to four more matches. think what's going to be interesting is that if Crusaders really actually defeat Vienna House 4-1, the fact that they didn't drop a battle coming back in for the finals is probably going to be a bigger upset than them actually losing out to Vienna House in the upper bracket. Still waiting out for the next set of battles to begin, so I'll be back very quickly again. No, today is the finals. I don't know why there is an additional finals drop tomorrow, but I think it's going to be a preseason stream. So I think they might actually be showing things off tomorrow. I think. I don't know anything besides the fact that there is another set of drops tomorrow. I only know as much as you guys do. But my speculation is that they'll have some kind of preseason stream tomorrow, since on the 28th we will be getting the new season starting, and I bet it's going to be starting at 12 midday. Normally it starts around 12 midday, so I'm guessing the server will go down at midnight, and we'll see the server come back up on 12. And if it's like what happened in Dynasty, holy cow, we're gonna be seeing a lineup of people. That's hilarious. Like, the only season where I'm like, Dynasty, at the beginning of Dynasty season, I'm just like, there's an actual queue to get in? What? I was the first day of the Dynasty season, literally just looking at the rest of my house getting to play the game while I'm literally there, just be like, I can't get back in. They kicked me out. Let me back in. I know the queue was only about 400, but still, the fact that there was a queue and the fact that I had to wait like 2 hours before I got back in. Oh man, I was upset that day. First time I've ever had to queue for Conqueror's Blade. But here we go. First Warfort battle. Good, because the first day of the Dynasty season was absolutely awful. Not jokes. I don't think my stream has any stream. I mean, I did stream on the day, but I don't think I have any recordings of the stream anymore. But here we are! Warfort. We get to see Crusaders attack first. Looking at their classic triple tier 4 lineup for quite a few of them. One of them is going for the Winged Hussar, Tundra Human, and Ironcap Bow Riders. Very interesting set. Looking at those important units, though. 2 Battalitor, 1 Nafan Guards. Vienna House going out with a lot of them going with the Tier 5, Tier 4, and Tier 2. Quite a bit of cavalry indeed. We got 2 Metallitors, 1 Nafan Guard. Very classic to see. Kriegsrat Fusiliers, in fact, out for Leaner? So, very interesting indeed. Let's see how well those Kriegsrat Fusiliers perform. Otherwise, we're checking out some other things. We got 5 spears, 5 short swords out for Crusaders. We have 5 short swords and 4 spears out for Vienna House. So let's go. Third battle of the day. Is Crusaders going to drop a battle, or is they going to carry on with their all-win victory? Are they going to win 4 battles in the row, or are they going to lose this battle and lose their streak? If it's a 4-win victory, I think that's going to make VN House very salty. I mean, I would be happy. VN House gets their comeuppance. They did come second, though. I want to try to do the sign. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet a lot of people were just like, oh, there's a queue. I'll play other games. Crusaders climbing very fast here. Doesn't look like Vian House is contesting them on these ladders. And I'm going to sneeze like crazy. I hope this doesn't bother you guys too much. Nah. I'm pretty sure the VN community will be upset if VN House loses the championship. They'll definitely try to defend them. I mean, like, at this point, the teams are still at this point the teams are still kind of community based. So obviously VN House being the Vietnamese community. I mean, I believe the original Vietnamese community. There was a second one that split off from them that was actually called the VN community, and they were kind of like a subordinate house to the Koreans. Down goes the bridge. Didn't look like they were going to push across anyway. Siege towers making their way, but